Hey everyone, Tyson the Subaru specialist from Subaru Prince George here. This is our first black on black Wilderness Forester. So it just came in, it went through the PDI process, but it hasn't been detailed. I'm just super excited that we have a black on black one here. And I wanted to give you guys a quick look at it. This isn't a common color combination that we end up ordering. We don't get a whole bunch of requests for black vehicles, but I think they're one of the best looking vehicle colors. You can still see that Wilderness matte black hood decal sticker, however you'd like to call it, on the hood, and the black plastic cladding on the front and side. It's still contrast. It's different than the crystal black silica. That crystal black silica has a ton of metallic flake in it. You can see it there. LED steering responsive headlights. You get the 6 LED Gatling gun style fog lights. You get a different grille. You get the front view camera with the Wilderness Forester, as well as increased ground clearance, half an inch more, from 8.7 inches of minimum ground clearance to 9.2. Those fenders, definitely more aggressive than the stock standard Foresters. It gives it a chunkier, more aggressive look for sure. And you can see that contrast. I like the black on black. It's subtle, but it's there. You get those 17-inch exclusive Wilderness wheels. They're wrapped in Geolander ATs by Yokohama. So they are actually snow peak rated, so you can drive them year round on all of the highways here in BC. Wilderness Subaru badging. You'll get 3 of those badges on the exterior of the vehicle. This is that same material cladding as you have along the bottom and the fender flares. A little bit different than the outdoor Crosstrek or the Wilderness Outback. You get the anodized copper tie-down locations for the roof rack. And then you also get anodized Forester copper badging. I quite like it. I like the copper a lot on the black. It's a nice little highlight, in my opinion. At the back, you get the grayed out / blacked out badging, another Wilderness badge. The other one's on the front passenger side. Backup sensors in the rear bumper. They'll actually apply the brakes if it thinks you're going to hit something in reverse between speeds of 1 and 15 kilometers an hour. And underneath here, you can see we have a rear differential underguard. So that's standard stock equipment on the Wilderness. Protect that rear differential. This is textured instead of being painted like on the others. This is a very similar material to that on the mirror and the cladding itself. I like it. I think it's, again, it kind of blends in with the gloss black. I think it looks excellent. In the back here, it is a power lift gate from the door, the driver's seat, or the key fob. Couldn't use the key fob right now because it's running. Huge storage space. That's kind of what the Forester's known for, with that big boxy rear end. Lots and lots of storage. Tons of liters of volume. Privacy cover hides everything from the top of the seats down. If you need to, this is easy to remove. We've got grocery bag hooks, big hard physical tie downs, one in every corner. More grocery bag hooks, 12-volt outlet for any charging needs you may have. These fold the seats flat. You pull on the lever, down they go, 60-40 split. And underneath here, Wilderness gets a full-size wheel with a matching spare tire. Full-size tire and on a matching alloy rim. Sorry, there we go. Apparently I'm having trouble talking during this. So you can actually do a 5-tire rotation so you don't go through your tires near as quickly. Now you can actually close everything, lock it, or you can pull down manually and it'll assist. Can't wreck these doors, gives you a whole bunch of options, or you can close it from the key fob or from the driver's seat. There's a button on the front left dash by your driver knee. Now, the seat backs on the Wilderness Forester, it's kind of a rubberized material, not quite the same as a cargo tray, but dog hair can't work its way in. It's not going to get marked up as easily. Definitely more durable than the cloth. Folds up super easy. Tons of headroom, tons of legroom in the Forester. Passenger room is never an issue in these. If there's only 1 or 2 passengers, armrest that folds down with cup holders. We've got anodized copper contrast stitching on the exterior of the seats. It's also on the door. Forester Wilderness badge. Out of the center console here, we have vents that you can close, but it does heat up and cool down the second row much more effectively, as well as 2 charging USB ports to keep everyone charged for those longer trips. You get the special Wilderness floor mats for the rear and the front. Lighting is LEDs. That is important. I had someone question me on that the other day. Up top here, we have the giant panoramic sunroof. It is slide only, it does not tilt. Up front, power windows, locks, mirrors, as you would expect. More copper accenting, more badging. I quite enjoy the color scheme in this, especially with the black. The black on black looks phenomenal. The seats are super supportive. Now, this isn't cloth, this isn't leather. Wilderness on the headrest there. This is what they call StarTex, or soft touch all-weather upholstery. It's 20% recycled plastic, because Subaru is an environmentally conscious company, and the rest is synthetic. So it's designed, get it dirty, wipe it down. You don't have to worry about getting in after hiking, camping, biking, and being covered in mud. Hop in, drive home, get yourself changed, come in and wipe it down. Really easy. And yeah, I find these seats very, very comfortable. Actually, probably the most comfortable seat in the lineup, because I find this material actually has a little bit more cushion to the material itself. And of course, it is a power driver seat with lumbar support. The front Wilderness floor mats have Wilderness with the anodized copper / orange on them. We'll hop on in here. I'm gonna turn down the air conditioning so you can hear me. So we have some buttons on the dash by our left knee. That opens the rear hatch. You can turn off the steering responsive headlights so they don't turn when you turn. You can set the tailgate height for memory. So if you park in a low parking garage and all the way open is going to hit the roof or a tree or something, you can set it so it doesn't open that way. The brightness for the gauges with the scroll wheel. You have traction control, auto start stop, and then blind spot detection. So the blind spot detection is on the sides of the mirrors. You've got a little black screen, and when someone's in your blind spot or going to be in your blind spot on the corresponding side, it illuminates orange. It's not a substitute for shoulder checking, but it is a great aid. I really, really like it. The steering wheel is telescopic as well as tilt, so it's great for people of varying driving positions. Our gauges up here, they are specific to the Wilderness. It says Wilderness top left. You've got the orange copper highlights around it. You can change the center display to a bunch of different things, mostly to do with fuel economy. I personally like the digital speedometer myself. Anodized copper. I really like the copper accenting in these. Copper stitching on the inside there. Left-hand side of our steering wheel, we have our Bluetooth and audio controls. You can make and take calls, control the volume of the calls and the music. The right-hand side has our adaptive cruise, our lane centering, and our drive modes, intelligent and sport sharp. So sport sharp is limited to the Wilderness and the Sport Foresters. So it's gonna change how aggressively you accelerate, where your RPMs sit. And with the gearing in the Forester Wilderness, the 411s, it's gonna be quite a get up and go. It's gonna be a big difference. It's a substantial difference. Very, very cool. If you have the chance to try it out, I do recommend you do that. Heated steering wheel. Does not heat between the seams at the top here, and there's a spot right here, but the rest of it heats up, gets cooking about 40 degrees Celsius. Your hands get nice and toasty really quickly. Now, for the cruise, both that and the lane centering use these two black boxes. Those are our color stereo eyesight cameras. So those also do lane centering assist, pre-collision throttle management, automatic emergency braking, all of the safety stuff. And you actually save 10% on your basic insurance through ICBC here in BC with that system. It's very, very cool. This is the most up-to-date eyesight system. I think they call it Eyesight 4.0. It's awesome. And so when you turn on the cruise, you get an image of the Forester there. You can see there's 4 bars ahead of it all the way down to 1. That's the follow distance behind the vehicle ahead of you. You'll follow at if you catch up while using cruise. 4 bars at 100 kilometers an hour is approximately 150 to 180 feet behind that vehicle ahead of you. And of course, as they slow down, you'll get a little bit closer. Lane centering works above 60, and if the cameras can see the road lines, it'll illuminate on either side, whichever side it can see, and it'll actually give you gentle steering input to help keep you in the middle of your lane. Great for long distance driving. Second half of a day of driving, it's the best thing ever. And we're in intelligent drive mode right now and sport sharp. You can see that pink line is much more steep than the blue. Blue is for every day. The pink is very aggressive. Little information screen up here. You can cycle through with the info button on the left-hand side of the steering wheel. Gives you a bunch of different pieces of information. I personally like the water temp, oil temp on there myself. And it is dual zone climate control. Ranges from 15 on the low side all the way up to 30. So from freezing to tropical, depending how you and your passengers like it. Easy to sync it back to just driver controlled. 8-inch display screen. You have access to Android Auto or Apple CarPlay through a wired connection. You have your trial to the Subaru, my Subaru's connected services. We still offer a CD player in our Foresters. I know that's kind of different. That's our backup camera as well. So as soon as you put it in reverse, backup camera pops up, shows you the top of the bumper, rear assist braking's on, parking sensors are on. And as you turn the wheel, those lines move and they will show you where you're going to end up if you keep your wheel turned that way. And if you reverse and then put it in drive, the front camera that you have access to automatically turns on to show you that nothing has fallen in front of you, no children or pets have run in front of you. Very, very cool idea. And I'll show you the button to turn that on by itself in a minute here. Climate control is adjusted from here. Driver side temp, passenger side temp, fan strength. Mode will change where the airflow is coming from. As soon as I adjust the temperature passenger up, sync goes off, press sync, it goes back to driver controlled. More highlights. You've got drive, you have a manual mode, and that's where you can use the paddles to upshift or downshift. We have dual function X mode. So this is like 4x4 low in a pickup. It's the off-road mode, works under 40 kilometers an hour, locks the all-wheel drive 50-50. The wilderness system is a little bit different than the X mode and all of the other Foresters. Very, very capable. There's the view button. As soon as you press view, front camera comes up. It's almost 180 degrees, perfect for parking lots. If you're pulling out between two larger vehicles and you can't see, you don't have to get the entire nose of your vehicle out there before you can see what's coming. It's very, very handy. Or it's perfect for off-road trails as well. Heated seats, high and low for both the driver and passenger. We've got the electric park brake, our brake holder. My favorite feature ever in any vehicle, auto dimming rear view mirror. There's no switch to flick if someone has their high beams on behind you. It's awesome, it just automatically does it. And it does have the home link system there, so you can hook up to 3 separate garage doors to that mirror. You don't have to carry a bulky opener with you. It's great. And then, of course, this was closed, but it is giant. It is huge, it extends into the second row. So that is a brief overview of the 2022 Subaru Forester Wilderness in the black. I'm just going to give you guys a quick final look at it. It hasn't been detailed. I will do another video of it detailed and shined up. But yeah, it's a great looking car. This is the first black on black that we've had. Customers very patient waiting for it to finally arrive. And they're very, very excited that it's finally here. Can't wait to show you guys what it looks like all shined up. So that's the 2022 Wilderness Forester, black on black. I'm Tyson, the Subaru specialist from Subaru Prince George. If you guys have any questions, any queries, accessory-wise, features-wise, function-wise, please put them in the comments or the comments below. I'll try to get back to them, make a how-to video, or address any questions you may have. Talk to you guys soon.